Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Let's talk about the Husafell stone. So, if you guys saw my short, you know that I did it, right? Cool. But it was not as good as I would, looking back, as I could have done. Starting from the flight over there, man, I tried sleeping because you get into Reykjavik really early in the morning. So I tried sleeping, couldn't get comfortable, couldn't sleep, so that really sucked. Got into Reykjavik. It was rainy, cloudy, kind of gross. Went to Thor's gym. That was cool. Met Thor's father. Um, really cool. The gym is like kind of like mine. Like it looks bigger on camera than what it really is, and it's packed full of stuff. And in order to do this, you have to move this, this, and this, and so that was pretty cool. So I got to see where Thor trains, and you know, touch some of his stuff, things like that. It was really neat. Um, got dinner and everything that night. Sleep was not all that great. The bed wasn't super comfy. It was really, really hot in the Airbnb we had. Um, got up the next morning. It was rainy, cloudy, gross. Drove over to Husafell. I was not. I don't know. It was weird. I wasn't like super overly excited um, to do it. I mean, I was ready to go, but I wasn't like chomping at the bit, like overly excited to do it. And we're driving, and then all of a sudden, bam! It was like right there, and we're like, "Oh shit! Well, here we go. We got to do it." Oh, went there. Like I said, it was at the time it was kind of sprinkling. It was cloudy, rainy. It was pretty cold. Had a beanie and my hoodie on. Went over there, touched it, checked it out, things like that. Right. What I noticed right away was when I picked it up, I was laying on the ground. I picked it up. I was like, that does not feel as heavy as my 400-pound Husafell stone does when it fell over and I tried to pick it up. So that right there, I was like, okay, that's a good sign, right? Um, Went back to the car, taped my arms up, things like that. I mean, day number two on my trip, I didn't want to scratch my arms all up and stuff like that. So taped my arms up, went over there. There was one stone that was probably a little over 100 pounds, maybe. Um, did that twice, and then I was like, fuck it. So I'll play the video here, but trying to psych myself up.
Yes! Come on, Dad!
I bought some nose torque or whatever at Thor's gym. Did a little bit of that, kind of psyched myself up, kind of replaying everything in my head. One thing I did notice that if you know who Matt Vincent is, the owner of, I think they used to be Hate Brand. Now it's not dead yet. He was a Highlands game athlete. Um, he went over there with one of his buddies, another Highlands game guy, and I forget his name. But one of the things he said was this stone is a lot shorter than what you think it'll be. And that is 100% true. So where I pick up this stone that I have here in my gym at, it was almost at the top of that stone. So I had to get, another, a good 10 inches lower ish on that. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. Couldn't really get a good grasp on it. Like I was kind of like, oh, what do I do here? But when I finally said, okay, here we go, I picked it up, and in my mind, I'm like, holy shit, that's coming up way easier than I thought it would. Um, got it all the way up, and if you look at the video, my right arm just starts slipping and slipping and slipping. Um, like I said, the rock was wet, it was damp, not the best conditions in the world. And I took a couple little short steps and I put it down. Um, in hindsight, I wish I would have picked it up and lapped it like you do a stone, like a regular stone, and then re-gripped it and picked it up. But I did not, and that's okay. It is what it is. I successfully, and like I said before on my other thing, just picking it up is a win for me. Taking any steps at all is a win. So you know what? I took a few short steps. Bonus for me. Um, from there, see, we had one whole day in Reykjavik, and then we got a call from a gentleman that we know in Iceland. He said, "Hey, just FYI, there's a blizzard coming in. If y'all want to go, because we're starting Reykjavik, going all the way around the island. If you guys are coming up north, you might want to head out a day early." So we were like, "Oh shit!" So we had to coordinate with the Airbnb up there. We had to tell this Airbnb that we're leaving early. Packed all of our shit that night, rerouted everything, blah blah blah. Left the next morning. Went over to Dritvik to do the Dritvik stones. Both of my kids successfully did the 110-pound stone, I think it is. And then when I got there, there was this cool, I want to say he was Scottish. I think he's Scottish. A Scottish guy's doing it. He was doing the half circle. Couldn't get it. Cheered him on, helped him with a couple of things, did some tips, whatever. He finally got it. Awesome for him. It was cool to see another dude going there and actually trying to lift the stones instead of just like taking pictures. So that was super cool. I did the half circle like it was nothing. Like it was 220-ish, I think. It felt like nothing. Went to do the full circle 340. The weight, not an issue at all. The fucking stone, I could not find where like the center line was. Like that thing, every time I picked it up, it would just roll out of my hand. Picked it up, roll out of my hand. I probably tried picking that fucking stone up like 24 times. And all I needed to do is get it to my knees, and I know I could have, grabbed it and picked it up. It wouldn't have been an issue. That thing just rolled out of my hand and rolled out of my hand and rolled out of my hand. And I could not seem to get it right. It was all me. I think going back, if I had a little bit of time to, play with it a little bit more, I think going back one more trip, I know I could get it. I just couldn't find the right hand placement. So according to Icelandic lore, I am not a full man. I am only half of a man. I guess it sucks, but I guess I have to give one of my nuts up or something. Oh well. Anyways, that was the conclusion of all my stone lifting. So successful with Husafell. Again, I wish I would have lapped it, re-grabbed it, and then walked. I think I could have got a lot more steps. Maybe not, probably not a full circle, maybe half, maybe quarter. I don't think I could have gone full circle, but I was just overly surprised that I was able to pick it up very first time go. And it, literally just because I trained on it all the time for, many months. Other than that, the Drivik stones, like I said before, I didn't even train for them at all. They're just something to do. So I figured I'd try it. However, it did piss me off that I couldn't do it. So now I want to go back just for like a weekend and go fucking do it because kind of pissed me off a little bit. But other than that, that's it, man. Thank you for all the support. For everybody, encouraging words and stuff on my shorts. I have almost 10,000 views on that. Overwhelmingly, most of the people were very supportive. Obviously, there's going to be a couple like people like, how do we know this 409 pounds? You bring a scale, and I'm like, bro, you can Google it, like whatever. So those people are obviously like, dumb. So whatever. Anyways, thanks again. I appreciate it. I accomplished my goal, so that's awesome. So hey, remember, if you're out there, and even if you're 45 years old like I am, you can still go out there and fucking smash your goals if you really, really want to. If you really want to and you're laser focused, you can fucking do it. All right. If you guys have any questions, comments, want to know any more about any of that stuff, hit me up down the bottom here in the comments. I'm gonna put together an Iceland video, if you will. Traveling there, what to look out for, what to not look out for. I'll probably have my wife in there with me. Um, she remembers a lot of stuff that I don't, and vice versa. So we'll put that out maybe here pretty soon. That way, if you want to go to Iceland, there's a bunch of tips in there. Iceland's an unbelievably beautiful place. So if you go there, take the time and go places. Don't just stay in Reykjavik. Um, anyway, that's all. Always ask yourself, are you an asset or a liability? And if you got them goals, you're laser focused, I know you're an asset. All right, boys.